The United Nations says Sudan is the invisible crisis, the biggest humanitarian crisis in the world, with thousands killed and millions displaced and facing acute hunger. Now, on his first visit to the country, the UN's new humanitarian chief, Tom Fletcher, has urged authorities to allow more aid into the war-torn country. Even before the current conflict, Sudan was one of the poorest countries in the world. But after 19 months of fighting, violence, disease and hunger are on the increase. The war started in April last year when simmering tensions between the Sudanese army and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces broke out in the capital, Khartoum. It's estimated 11 million people, nearly 30% of Sudan's population, have been displaced and tens of thousands killed. The World Food Programme says more than 25.5 million people are facing acute hunger. Our chief international correspondent, Lyse Doucet, travelled to the east of the country to meet some of those fleeing the fighting.
The only building block in this child's life, the only stability. The Maigoma orphanage in eastern Sudan. We're not filming their faces for their safety. Even the littlest, even those unable to walk, were forced to flee when Sudan's army and a paramilitary force turned their guns on each other last year in the capital, Khartoum. The orphanage was trapped. Mahmoud was displaced twice, abandoned twice. His wish? A home.
My wish is to be a state governor. I want to solve all the problems in my country. If I get the chance, I will rebuild all the destroyed houses.
A house, a safe house for women in the north of Sudan. Built by the woman they call Mama Noor. She too started life as an orphan at Maigoma. In this merciless war, sexual violence is also a weapon deployed on a staggering scale. Even Mama Noor is starting to break.
You can't understand what happened for us. All the Sudanese people are died. Children, women, girls, old people. I can say.
The invisible war. That's what it's called. A dreadful war. Destroying lives of a people not getting much of the world's attention or aid.
We are very happy to see you.
That's why the UN's new relief chief came to Sudan first.
What do you most need?
The need is very high as the conflict is ongoing. And also the displacement is every time is continuous. So the need of the humanitarian is very huge. It is very difficult.
Nowhere in the world are so many people on the run, so many children fleeing for their lives, so many people starving.
This is the invisible crisis and we can't let it be invisible. It's not invisible to me and my team, but we can't do this alone. This is the biggest humanitarian crisis in the world right now. 25 million people needing support today.
Another stop, another displaced camp. They turn up to hear what the UN has to say.
So we have to do better. We must do better. You are not alone.
The people living through the world's worst humanitarian crisis, suffering all of the horrors of war and wondering why no one can stop it. And today hoping against hope that these words are not just words.
They sing their own stories to try to ease their pain and to try to make their own voices heard. Lyse Doucet, BBC News, Port Sudan.